See him a beast when you hear that sound like yeah, beat on the beat when you hear that sound like woo. Yeah, bitch and the champ only need one round like ha. Yeah, me, I'm a G ring here and it sound like
Mike Owens here. Today I'm joined by Nazim Sadykhov, who returns to action, UFC 295 in MSG, New York, facing Slava Claus. Nazim, always a pleasure, my man. How are things with you today?
Pleasure, brother. Pleasure. Good to see you again.
Thank you, my friend. Well, I did check your pro record, and I was quite surprised to see this is the first fight of your career that will take place in the state of New York. How does it feel to be fighting at home?
It feels surreal. I know I fought in New York before, and I fought in front of like decent crowds in the amateurs, semi-pro.
Mm.
But this is the first time in my pro career that I'm fighting in New York City, and I'm doing it on such a big stage. To say I'm excited would not be doing it any justice. I'm more than excited. I'm stoked, and not only that, to add to the occasion, we got two teammates alongside myself. It's just gonna be fireworks, man. I'm excited.
I was going to ask you about that because obviously we've got Matt Frivola and Dennis Bazoukias sharing the card with you. What's the room like at the moment? I imagine there's a good buzz in the gym ahead of November 11th.
Yeah, it's everything you would expect it to be. We're grinding together, pushing each other, all that motivational talking, all that Matt Frivola is walking around after practice saying it's not in our house, not in our house, and it's everything you would expect it to be. The energy is high, the grind is hard, and it's awesome, man. It's honestly like this occasion to go from the Apex three times in a row right into MSG with two teammates is like I don't know, man. I don't think you can write a book better than the way this is all unfolding.
No, of course. Well, it's obviously a benefit having those guys on the same kind of timeline as you because you're peaking, you're cutting weight, you're preparing at the same rate. But as you mentioned there, I was going to mention that the last three fights behind closed doors go from that to the most famous arena in the world. That's a crazy change, and it must be so exciting for you.
Yeah, I mean, like it's not something that I don't. That's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
Even in the Apex and when I got on the mic with DC, I was calling for MSG. Then I was training in Azerbaijan. I was in Azerbaijan for a month, and I was training out there, but I wasn't in preparation for a fight. So I was training uh, with some beasts actually too. I was training with some beasts, keeping up with my fitness, eating well. The products over there are just amazing. Your body just changed. Your body just takes it in so differently. I felt so good over there on the food that I was having, and I get the call maybe 2 3 days before I'm about to fly out, and then it's MSG. So I actually thought that. Uh, you hear me? I think the connection.
Little bit of a technical difficulty there, but Nazim, you were talking about getting the call whilst you were in Azerbaijan.
Yeah, I got the call maybe 2 3 days before I left Azerbaijan, and I remember even that reaction. I was with my uncle and my cousin, and we just got so hyped, and we were just walking around the apartment like let's go MSG. But yeah, this is something I wanted. It's nothing. It's like the challenge is already as good as it is. Like I'm fighting Viacheslav in MSG. It's something. This is the type of moments that I want. I look for these kind of moments. So to go from Apex to MSG, it's not like that doesn't add the extra nerves. The nerves is just regular competition nerves. I would be nervous the same way in the Apex as I would be in MSG. But this is something that I want. This is what I look for. This is what I worked so hard for. So MSG November 11th, man.
And I imagine as someone who currently lives in New York, you've maybe spent a good evening in MSG, maybe watching a concert or another sporting event. Do you have a favorite memory of your time in the Garden at all?
Yeah, I've watched several. I watched the Knicks there, who got their asses kicked, by the way. I remember that night. I forgot who they played, but the Knicks always, the Knicks disappointed us many, many times. But then I watched the Knicks there. I think it was the Rangers, or it was a hockey game for sure. It was the Rangers. I watched wrestling there. It was, I think it was high school wrestling. I think it's called Mayor's Cup. I honestly forgot which wrestling tournament it was. It was also over a decade ago. Then I've watched fighting events. I didn't watch UFC there. I forgot who I watched in boxing. I watched like maybe 2, 3 boxing fights there, but I remember Golovkin. And I remember this night in particular. I remember Golovkin. I remember Trump came through MSG. So that night. So yeah, that's the one that stuck out to me the most, and that's probably one of the last things that I watched in MSG. So I have some memories in MSG of watching the stuff there. Now I'm going to be in the middle of MSG, putting on a show for the fans.
Wow, I love it. Well, tell me a little bit about your opponent. As we mentioned, Slava Claus will be facing off again in just over a month's time. Give me your overall scouting report. What do you see as potential strengths and also maybe weaknesses that you can exploit?
Everybody talks about the same strengths and weaknesses. They talk about his striking. I think I'm gonna be able to open up my striking more. I think I have a lot more up my sleeves than he does. I think I present difficulties with the angles that I'm gonna hit from, being a southpaw. I don't see this. This is not a striker versus grappler fight by any means. I just consider myself the more well-rounded, the better mixed martial artist. So I look to put it together, but I don't see this as a fight where, like, he's had performances where the guys he was fighting was just solely focused on grappling and solely focused on wrestling. I think that route is there, but I also think he's been working on these things. I don't think he's just gonna gift. We're gonna get in there, and I'm gonna do what I always do, come straight to the center of the cage and fight and be the better mixed martial artist. And however it unfolds is how it's going to unfold. And I just rely on being the better mixed martial artist. I rely on me having heart, having a fight IQ in that cage. So I'm fully confident that I'm going to come out on top. But he's good. You know, he's good. He's definitely the more textbook, the more coordinated striker that I faced. The best opponent, whether he is or isn't, I would be preparing for him the same way, and that's my hardest, because to me this is the hardest opponent I face. So we're gonna have a good fight, man. It's gonna be exciting. It's a win-win for the fans. Um, I do feel I'm the better mixed martial artist. I have more ways to win this fight. And yeah, man, I feel like even the camp that I come from, we're all so well rounded. I feel like the fight at any moment can be over anywhere for me. So we're gonna do that, man. We're gonna do just that. I'm gonna go in there and look for the finish as I always do.
You kind of answered this next question, but I'm going to ask you it nonetheless, because in Slava Claus's 2 losses in the UFC, particularly the DKC loss, the wrestling was the weak point, or the area where his opponent won the fight, let's say. How key do you think your wrestling will be in this fight? Because you mentioned there that you're not going to shy away from the striking, especially with the southpaw stance that you've got. But how key do you think the wrestling, the grappling will be to secure a victory?
I think he's working on these things relentlessly. Like I said, I don't think he's gonna gift me anything anywhere. I think he's coming to fight. He's coming to win. He's not coming to try and box with me and then completely unexpecting a takedown. I think if he's seen my grappling exchanges, my wrestling exchanges with different opponents, I have 2 fights in the UFC, 3 of which you can look in the last year, in front of a big audience, Contender and UFC, and you can see that I can end the fight anywhere. I'm good in several areas of the fight. So I think this will be no different. I don't think I need to hunt for the takedown. I just think that it's going to come timing wise. I think I can end it on the feet as well. So that's it, man. It's just about just implementing your game plan, being smart in there, not rushing anything, because he is a good counter puncher. We've seen him walk people into a good left hook. We've seen good body work from him. So he's very good at what he does, and all the respect to his skill set. But when I get in there, I'm gonna come straight at him and hunt, like Black Wolf always does. Just hunt for the finish, hunt for the kill. This will be no different. There's no special occasion. It's just always trying to be the best mixed martial artist I can be, and going inside there every single time and implementing that.
I love it. Well, obviously we mentioned the ground because that's where your last fight ended, with the second round sub over Terrance McKinney. In a couple of months to reflect on that now, how do you look back on that win in July?
I was so with McKinney, like I knew he was going to shoot at one point. I just didn't know that he was going to come out and be so wrestling and grappling heavy. I think he expected to finish me when he had my back,
Mm.
but I'm not going away like that, man. I'm not going away that easy. It's not just going to be take my back up and that's it. I was very patient. I didn't like certain things that I did, but I also was very happy that I was able to implement my grappling, and I showed that the fight can be over for me in my favor in seconds. So I took a lot of good away from that, criticized myself a bit as I always do, and worked on the holes. It's been 3 4 months since that fight, and I've been working on all these holes. I've been working on getting better at what I'm already strong at, and that's it, man. I kind of left that already because I'm just trying to look forward to the next one, and that's how the sport goes. You can't get stuck too much in the past. You just go forward and just keep growing.
Of course. I did want to ask as well, because I can remember when after that victory, it felt like people started to pick up on the name Nazim Sadykhov a little bit more. I seen online you getting a lot of respect for that victory, and kind of it felt like people started to jump on the Nazim Sadykhov bandwagon a little bit more. Did you feel that at all, and feel that extra level of respect post McKinney win? Because as I mentioned, he has got quite a big name, and obviously that backstory that he holds, there is a lot of fans who see that win as a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I think it still takes more time. I think this fight will do justice as well. God willing, with a big victory, I think it does justice for my career as well. And I think people are just beginning to see what I've been preaching. A well-rounded mixed martial artist, dangerous everywhere, always looking for the finish. You don't get 9 wins, 9-fight win streak, 9 wins, 8 finishes because you're lucky, or
Mm.
or because I'm fighting in the UFC. I'm fighting the best in the world. Even Elder, my first opponent in the UFC, he's went on to win his fight after me, and I guarantee you he's gonna put together some nice wins. That guy he's a tank. So McKinney right off the bat, 3 weeks after my fight, came out and did what he always does to everybody, and now he's fighting again. I think this week is fight week. And there you go. Like, it's just I'm beating these guys. People are seeing this, and then these guys go on and have success after, which should tell you that I'm fighting prospects and I'm winning prospects. So I think people are beginning to realize that what I want more than anything in this fight is a clean victory, for people to not be able to pick at anything and solely appreciate my skill. Solely say that, okay, yeah, he's got some skills. He's good everywhere. So that's my main focus right now. That's my main goal.
I love it. With that being said, you just said then you want people to come away almost with an opinion that your performance was flawless. But then a couple of questions ago, you said that even though in your McKinney victory, there was holes that you picked, and there was things that you weren't happy with. Is it possible for you to come away from a performance of your own being completely happy with it, or do you think there's always be room for improvement?
There'll always be room for improvement. I think the day I walk away, there has been performance where you can say they're flawless, but I almost go out of my way. Some people in my position, like the position I'm in, too, they get way crazier than this. Like, they act way crazier than I do. So, like, I'm just trying to keep my head low, as the saying goes, just keep my head in the water and just keep swimming. I don't want to stop and appreciate too much of what I've put in, because I feel like I'm nowhere, not even close to where I'm going to be. I'm not even close. I didn't get to display not even close to as much as I'm capable of. So I have that belief. I don't even believe it. I know what I'm capable of. And every fight is just an opportunity to go out and say what you preach. So I've done that thus far. And like I said, I'm not looking too much back, not patting myself too much on the back, just trying to keep my head low, keep swimming, and keep showing these fans that, hey, I'm here to stay, like I said. And you're going to see that belt around my waist sooner or later.
I love it. And you mentioned the belt there. It's obviously on the line in your division next Saturday between Islam Makhachev and Charles Oliveira. Just a quick prediction and a breakdown for how you think that fight goes. Do you think Charles can do any better than the first fight, or do you think it's Makhachev's fight to lose?
I think he will. I think just the stylistic matchup. Like, I just think that Makhachev's skills, they shut down a lot of people's skills. But then there's people that will that will get away with certain things that Islam is able to pull off on others. For example, Volkanovski, he was able to get away of a lot of things. He was able to shut down Makhachev also in certain aspects. So, with this fight, I think Oliveira will be more resistant. I think he's going to land maybe more shots, bigger shots, create maybe more interesting moments. But I just think that Makhachev's skill set just shuts down and beats Oliveira's skill set. Not every single time, but, most of the time. I think Makhachev his skills just beat Oliveira's skills.
Yeah, 100%. But I want to turn the conversation back to your fight night and specifically to the team's fight night, because it's quite a unique scenario going into a fight card with not one but two teammates on the card, two guys that you're preparing with, and obviously shared the mat with for a number of years. Do you think your emotions will be any different? Do you think the mental aspect of this challenge or this experience will be any different, sharing the card with Matt and Dennis?
Yeah, of course. Like, there's gonna be a worry. There's gonna be a worry, for my teammates and stuff. But that tunnel vision, everything shuts off, and there's nothing that can stop me from stepping in there and fighting for what I want. So, yes, there is gonna be. I am probably gonna be in the locker watching Dennis's fight, warming up. But it's not going to distract me from my mission. It's not going to take away from what I have going on. But of course, my whole heart is with my teammates. I'm hoping we walk away there. God willing, we walk away 3 wins, 3 finishes, 3 bonuses. That's the perfect night.
And then a very good after party, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I still haven't decided what I'm going to do. I'm not too big on after parties because I'm just so zoned in. I'm so locked into my task at hand. I don't really think about the stuff, but I'm probably going to put something together. It's my home. It's like it's where I live. So like, got to put something together for the people, for the fans, for friends anyway. So we'll probably get something going. I'm sure Dennis is going to have a lot going on. I don't know if we're going to be together, but we'll get 3 victories November 11th, and then we'll have our own little sit down and just give each other a hug and see that we did it.
I love it. The last one from me, Nazim. I know you're a busy man. What I would like you to do is give me a walkthrough of the perfect fight day on the 11th of November. What happens when you wake up in the morning? It's when you go to sleep at night.
I wake up in the morning. I do my prayers. I have water. I have breakfast. I have my shakeout. We head to the arena. We have a good warm up, and we all just blow the roof off of MSG, and we just create history. We just do the unthinkable, whatever the records are, whatever people think we can't do, we're gonna do on November 11th.
I love it.
And that's it, man. And then just enjoy time afterwards with friends and family. Do some media with the UFC. Maybe call somebody out. Maybe call for what I want next. And then that's it, man. And then go celebrate with friends, family, and call it a night.
Sounds like
just another day in the office, Mike.
It sounds like you've got a name on your mind there when you had to call out for what you want next. Is that true, or have you got a call out plans? Or
you know why I don't? You know why I don't have too many names? Number one, it's it's not top 10. It's not like there's not a specific amount of guys in front of you. I don't know. I don't pay attention to rankings too much. I don't know who's ahead, who's behind. That's why I don't focus on the names too much. I focus on the occasion of what I want next. I wanted MSG. I got MSG. God willing, with the victory, I know what I want next, and you'll hear it on the mic November 11th. No secrets are going to be given away right now, bro.
I try for the exclusive, but I'll let you have that moment in MSG post victory. Nazim, thank you as always for your time. It's always great to chat, and even better to see you back in action. And I wish you the best of luck for your fight.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.